Hey, I'm back to doing our horror rant. Yep, that's right. I'm back to doing my horror rants for y'all. And it's not a new one. I mean, when I mean new, I'm not talking about another franchise. At this at this moment, I am gonna be talking about Scream again because the new Scream 7 is out and I'm definitely gonna go see it. So I just thought doing a discussion talk after I post this video on everywhere. I would like for y'all to comment, see what you guys think, what you agree, disagree. And yeah. So with the new Scream 7 coming out, I did watch the trailer and sorry, but it gave too much. It gave too much because I feel like Scream 7's trailer is the intro for the movie. And I shouldn't have seen it. I shouldn't have seen it because I think I know what's gonna happen in that intro, which is a bummer because I'm always liking to know what's gonna happen in the intros. And then also we're back with the focus of Sydney and her daughter. And I really, really hope Sydney goes back to her roots, her badass fighting, everything. Because with Scream, uh, the last one she was in, sorry, I can't think of the number or the year that came out. Uh, sorry about that. But I feel like in that movie, she was just a side character, a legacy character, just blending in the background. In that moment when she was on the phone in in Stu's house when she was walking up the stairs, it was weak. There was no there was no fire at all during that conversation. It was light, and I didn't like that. I didn't. And personally, even when they were in the kitchen, she was still subtle. She didn't have that fighting instinct that she always had with Scream 4, Scream 3, Scream 2, and the original. So I really hope we get that Sydney from the first four Screams. I'm hoping. And also, I feel like Scream 3 could have been a good ending of the franchise. Personally, the elements was perfect. Um, it circled back from the first, the second. It it was great, but I get it. The storyline was lackluster from the script because there was not just one ghost face. There was two. From watching previous videos, from watching the movie over and over, there was no way there was no way there could have been just one ghost face. I mean, come on. He couldn't have not gone to each scene back like that. Not that fast. There had to have been two. Especially when they were in that house. In the final showdown. Like I knew Angelique would have been, I think I'm saying her name right. Um she I felt like she could have been the second killer. Especially when they were in when what's his name was in the basement. I can't think of I'm bad at names. I'm so bad at names. I'm so sorry, y'all. But if he when he was in the guy who played Sydney's brother, Roman. There we go. Roman, when he was in the basement, come on. There was that he couldn't have not killed himself or fake kill himself. There was no way. But the ending of that movie was good. To me personally. It ended the saga from Sydney and her mom and all that. It was it was good. But I knew they needed to bring back the movie for Scream 4, which was good. I liked it. It was decent. It had a new element to it, and and having Jill being the killer, it was pretty decent to me. And I mean, they could have ended Sydney there too. I think that could have been a good idea to end Sydney there and have, if they were going to do more movies with with further developments, it would have been cool having Jill being the main focus. They could have done so many elements with that. And I have a buddy of mine. He was right. Scream 6 was good. It didn't need Sydney. I thought I needed it, but it really not. She that I like that, having that sequel from Scream. I'm gonna call it Scream 5. Sorry, Scream 5. Um, that could have been that was a good sequel to that, and not have Sydney in the movie. I mean, reference yes, but having it focus on Billy Loomis's daughter and the sister, it was good. I liked it, and it brought everything back. From had every ghost face mask from each movie. It and the ending with the theater having everything from the from the TV, from that got smashed on Stu's face. What else? The flannel from Scream 4, the burnt phone, fax machine, I think. Yeah, that from Scream 3, and had everything displayed. It was great. It was really good. But I knew in that movie it wasn't over. Because in one of the scenes talking about Stu being, you know, dead, I knew in my mind, I was like, okay, there's another one. But they could have that could have ended the franchise for Scream 6. So with my buddy, you were right. You were right. And if you're watching this, you can say I told you so. But in my opinion, Scream 3 could have been a good definite end. But I knew I felt like they needed to bring it back for nostalgia and for the new audience. And I like how each movie talks about like sequels, prequels, all that, and stabbing into how any other horror movies, sorry, any other horror movies talking about how they do their sequels, making another one, making a doing a reboot, all that. And it's cool. I like it. And I really love how Randy's niece is just another version of him. I love how she keeps talking about other movies, how comparing it to what's going on, what they're going through right now, going through, from who did this, who did that. Let's look back at the elements. I love that when she was another Randy. To, out of the Scream franchise, he's my Randy is going to be my favorite. I love the geek inside of him, talking about horror movies, talking about the elements, talking about rules, and his niece carrying on that legacy. That's cool. To me, that's really cool. And so I think I know who's the killer for Scream 7. If this is this a spoiler for you, I'm sorry. Like I said, I haven't seen this movie yet. But from sadly watching the trailer. I shouldn't have none. I regret seeing that trailer. But in the ending, if you hear closely, that's Stu's voice. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's gonna be how they did with Billy, how he's a ghost. That pissed me off in with Scream 5 and Scream 6. I'm like, how is he somehow, some way the hero, the protector? And here's another twist. Or better yet, I want you guys to comment on this. Really, I want you guys to comment. Who's sorry, I can't speak. I can't speak today. But did Billy cheated on Sydney? Like, come on. Who's the mother? Uh, I that threw me off. Like, did Billy date somebody prior to Sydney? I mean, come on. Like, that's was like got me so confused in the movie. Like, who's Sam's mother? Did did the mother go to high school with Sydney, Billy, Stu, all of them? Or did he meet or did Billy meet somebody while he was doing the killing spree before killing Sydney's mom? Like, how did he become a dad? This I really don't get that. So if you guys can leave some guesses, I would love I would love to hear y'all. Um I would love to hear y'all. Because personally, it has to connect to the original. Or I don't know. That's what I was so confused and I never understood that. I had to watch Scream 5 and Scream 6 over and over, and I'll also watch the previous movies to see how did that happen. And I was lost and confused. So hopefully this movie or the next, if they do bring it back again, can we finally get that answer? Can we please find that answer? Because that I don't know. But I don't know. And it would have been cool if Billy's daughter was the killer. Don't get me wrong, I liked how that turned out, but from it's the original with Scream 5 and Scream 6. I really loved it. But that would have been a something kind of cool to have Billy's daughter Sam going after Sydney for revenge. And but that's just my opinion. But I feel like with Scream 7, with this new one that's coming, that is, I believe it's out now. I feel like with Sydney's daughter, maybe she'll be the new Sydney, and maybe they'll do what they did with Scream 5, how they killed Dewey. I feel like they're gonna kill another legacy character. Will it be Sydney or would it be Gail? And I hope if they do make a Scream 8, they'll bring the all the characters from Scream 6 because all of them survived. So maybe they'll do something with Sam and the sister with Scream 8. Bring them back. Maybe they'll reference in Scream 7 where they're at. The Sam and the sister. Maybe we'll get a reference, like just like how they did with Scream 6 with Sydney. And I knew there was gonna be another Scream movie because in the ending of Scream 6, the mask, she dropped the mask. So I feel like someone picked it up. Come on. That was like another major hint. I don't know. Uh I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get all hyped with this new Scream movie. I'm not. I thought about that with Scream 5. Eh, without Sydney and Gail, it was without the legacy characters in that movie, it was rock solid. But with that, it was meh. But I really hope and with Scream 6, I liked it. I really did. So once again, to my buddy, if you're watching this, you can definitely say I told you so. But with Scream 7, I really hope Sydney gets back to her old roots, how she was in Scream 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring that badass character again. That's what I loved about Sydney in the four movies she was in. But yeah, that's all I had to say. If you let me know if you guys are gonna go see the new Scream 7, and let me know what you guys if you guys after you guys see the movie, let me know what you guys think. And when I go see it, I'll definitely let you know. I'll let y'all know what I feel about it. I'm not gonna give no spoilers. I don't do that. But I'll give you my reaction to it after. Alrighty, y'all. Peace.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it